What is good, YouTube? Man, we are back with another win, man. The Raiders 3-0 in the preseason. I know it's just preseason. Maybe I shouldn't be this happy, but I am pumped, man. We have won yet another one. This time a little not nervous at all. But at the end of the day, I liked what we showed out there. Very, very good job. Very, very good performance. And we're going to give a little recap really quick. Let me get started with that, man. Let me get started with this recap because I'm extremely happy with what we did, man. There's a couple of guys that I think really, really, really underperformed. And we're going to get into that. We're going to start with the guys that I feel like underperformed, did not do well. And there's this to look at. The Las Vegas Raiders left 30, not 13, 30 players at home for this week's matchup in the preseason. So we only have 85 guys in the roster, right? So we only took 55 guys to this game. These guys that battled it out, there's about 20 to 30 spots left to make this 53-man roster, especially if you're leaving 30 guys home. So this was a very, very important matchup. And I'm going to start off. Nick Mullins, after having a good bounce-back game after the first game against the Jacksonville Jaguars, he didn't do well. He did not do well this game. He went 6 for 9, only 39 yards passing, right? The rest of the quarterbacks, Jarrett Stidham, 7 for 10, 80 yards passing, and Garber's also 6 for 9, but he went for 54 yards. And he had himself a good game because he offered a lot on the ground. He really, really did a lot on the ground. So that was a good game from Garber's, in my opinion. I really, really liked what he did. His pocket presence at time looked good, but then he held onto the ball way too long in other aspects. But moving on, Nick Mullins, I think it's going to be a tough battle for him to make this roster. Now, we're going to go to the defensive side of the ball. And 5th-round pick out of Louisiana Tech a few years ago. It's looking very, very tough for him. Amik Robertson, man, did not have a great game. Didn't have a good game. Had a big deep pass caught over him today. It's looking like it's going to be a extremely, extremely tough uphill battle for him because Sam Webb did good. Darius Phillips is doing good. We got Anthony Averett back, Trayvon Mullen back, Rakia Sin back. It's going to be tough for this man out of Louisiana Tech to make this roster. I have him as a loser on my list. Moving on, Kenyon Drake. What's going on? This is a guy that should be a lock to make a roster in any team. Kenyon Drake, a receiving back, offers elite versatility, but yet he's still taking snaps in a preseason match where they're leaving 30 guys home in Vegas. Not a good sign. Also didn't have the best of games with a ball carrier like Britton Brown absolutely lighting it up today. Not a good look. I think that Kenyon Drake is on the losers end. Now, I don't mean to beat the dead horse. I don't mean to sound like I'm bullying somebody, but man, Alex Leatherwood, what is going on? Our first round investment from last year has been struggling, and I think struggling is an understatement if I'm going to be honest with you guys. Again, another game where he's out there with the 4th team blocking for Chase Garbers, someone who's an undrafted free agent. And, man, it did not look good either way, man. I believe on the first drive of the game, he led up 3 pressures. It's just not looking good for Alex Leatherwood. And personally, I think he is a major loser, not just in this game, but the entire preseason. Let's go to the positive side. Let's go to the positive side for a quick second. I'm going to go to the winners, man. And I thought we had a lot of good performers, standout performers. And I'm going to start off with a position that we recently cut somebody, then we acquired somebody, but then he went down. So the edge rusher position, we cut Jerry Green, we brought in Jordan Jenkins. He was helped off the field today. It's not a good look, but Tashawn Bowers, a guy that played with Minnesota, a guy that played with New England Patriots last year, He is making a name for himself, getting a sack today, splitting it in half with Myron Tagovailoa, undrafted free agent out of Notre Dame. This man, Tashawn Bowers, is going to be a guy that I'm really going to honestly say he's going to make a strong push to make this roster, an extremely, extremely strong push to make this roster. I really, really like what he's shown. I believe he's on 2.5 sacks in the preseason out of 3 games. Very, very good performance for him. I liked what we saw out of our linebackers again today. I mentioned this in our preview that I really wanted to see how well they can do, right? Lucas Masterson got dinged up, but then he came back into the game and he still looked decent. But Darian Butler, second on the team in tackles with 4 tackles. Lucas Masterson, again, tied for second with 4 tackles. Linebackers looked very, very solid, man. Very, very solid. And we got somebody back in Jonathan Hankins, and he really, really helped out that run game, I must say. Shout out to Jonathan Hankins. I wouldn't say he's a winner because I think he's already not a lock to make the roster, but he has a really, really high chance of making the roster. So shout out to him. Little kudos goes to Mr. Hankins. But a guy who's continued to impress, we've seen it all camp. T. Billy finally gets a game where he really gets his hands on the ball. Has around 40 yards today with 3 catches or 4 catches. Pretty solid performance. I'm really, really glad that he got consistent targets today, because he really showed that he can make a chance to really push for a roster spot. And obviously his speed is something that you can't teach, but you want to see guys with speed also be able to learn the full route tree. That is very, very important. And he did very, very well today. So I got 2 more. I got 2 more winners, and they're both, no, one is on the offense, one is on the defense. Brenton Brown closed out the game phenomenally. I really, really think that we need to be careful with how we play this running back room. We don't want to play a guy, or we don't want to keep a guy in because of his resume. We don't want to keep a guy in because of what they've done in the past. I'm going to be honest. Kenyon Drake is coming off of an injury. He is a scat back. He's a pass catching back. And a lot of cuts won't be the same off of a broken ankle. And I really, really enjoyed watching Brenton Brown play. This is a guy who averaged 6 yards at UCLA last year, 6 yards a carry at UCLA last year, and he really showed that today. He's a one-cut guy. He's going to see the lane, and he's going to attack it really, really hard. And then on that outside run to seal off the game, to close it out, he showed a little bit of burst speed. I like what I saw to Brenton Brown. The last one goes to a guy that's continued to show out, continued to perform since the Jaguars game, since the Hall of Fame game, Bryce Cosby. Let me know what you guys think. Did I leave out any winners? Did I leave out any losers in this post-game preview? Let me know what you guys think, man. I thought that it was a big, big deal that Josh McDaniels let Coach Mick Lombardi call the shots or call the plays for the 3rd and 4th quarter. That was really nice of him, letting guys develop under his wing. That is a great, great sign of good coaching, man. Very, very happy with what we saw today. Let me know what you guys think. 3-0 in the preseason. 1 more to go. We also have joint practices. And also, Tuesday, roster goes from 85 to 80. Let me know what you guys think. If you want, drop a prediction on who you think will get cut. Drop a prediction on who you think makes the 53 roster. Also, let me know, again, any losers that I didn't see, any winners I didn't see. Drop them in the comment section down below. That is it for today's video. Thank you for all your support. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. I love y'all. Stay safe. Have a wonderful rest of your day. I'm out, y'all. Peace.
Welcome to the Death Star, where our opponent's dreams come to die.